Nigeria keeps bleeding and the blood keeps flowing. At the same time, officials keep talking. This is not just another breaking news story. This is a pattern that refuses to end. And tonight, we are forced once again to ask, who is really protecting Nigerians and who is only speaking when it suits them? If you want clear, fearless breakdowns of what is happening in this country without sugarcoating or political distraction, subscribe to this channel now, like this video and share it, because silence only helps the killers. And here is what happened in full. Late at night in Pindiga town, Akko Local Government Area of Gombe State, armed bandits stormed a private residence under the cover of darkness. They did not come to negotiate, they did not come to scare, they came to kill and abduct. According to eyewitnesses, the attackers entered the home and opened fire immediately, killing Prince Yusuf Derdoski and his pregnant sister on the spot, before abducting two other siblings whose names have not yet been officially released. Neighbors described confusion, panic, gunshots, screaming, and people running into the night to save their lives while the attackers escaped into the surrounding bush long before any meaningful security response arrived. This single attack has destroyed an entire family, wiped out 2 lives, including that of an unborn child, and thrown a community into grief, fear, and anger. And this did not happen in isolation or in a vacuum, because it came after the deadly bomb blast on a highway in Zamfara that killed innocent travelers. And it came at the same time the United States reportedly resumed aerial surveillance and strike operations targeting terrorist enclaves following earlier strikes in Sokoto. So Nigerians are asking a painful but necessary question. If terrorists and bandits are under pressure, why are civilians still being butchered in their homes? The answer is uncomfortable but unavoidable. Insecurity in Nigeria is not only about firepower, it is about failure of leadership, failure of coordination, failure of intelligence, failure of will, and failure of accountability. Residents of Pindiga are not strangers to fear. They have watched neighboring communities attacked over time. They have heard promises of increased patrols and improved intelligence. And yet, when armed men arrived that night, there was no deterrence, no rapid response, no protection. The attackers moved with confidence, which tells you something important. Criminals do not act boldly when they believe the state is watching them closely. They act boldly when they believe they can get away with it. And this belief has been reinforced again and again across the country. Families are killed, abducted, displaced, and forced to pay ransoms, while officials issue statements after the damage is done. The most heartbreaking part of this Gombe attack is not only the deaths, but the timing. Nigerians were already shaken by the Zamfara explosion, where an improvised device targeted travelers despite military escorts, and now another community is thrown into mourning. This sequence matters because it shows that violent actors are adapting, not retreating. They are responding to pressure by spreading fear elsewhere, reminding the country that they can still strike soft targets: civilians, villages, families at will. This is how asymmetric violence works, and it succeeds when the state fails to dominate space. The response from security agencies so far has followed a familiar pattern: condemn the attack, promise investigation, assure citizens that efforts are ongoing. But Nigerians have heard this script too many times. What they are asking for now is results, not reassurance. They want to know where the patrols were that night. They want to know why intelligence failed to pick up movement of armed men. They want to know why rescue operations after abductions take so long and why convictions are so rare even when suspects are arrested. Beyond the immediate tragedy, there is a deeper national debate that this attack has reignited about selective outrage and silence. Many Nigerians have observed that some influential voices who are quick to criticize military operations or foreign assistance against armed groups often go quiet when civilians are killed by those same groups. This perception, whether fair or not, is dangerous because it creates mistrust and deepens divisions. It allows criminals to exploit religious, ethnic, and political fault lines, while communities argue among themselves instead of uniting around the protection of life. It must be said clearly that condemning terrorism and banditry should never depend on who is being targeted or who is responding. Every innocent life matters, whether in the north, south, east, or west. The attack in Gombe also exposes the myth that insecurity is confined to one zone or one narrative. Banditry, kidnapping, and terror have become mobile businesses. They shift routes, exploit weak points, and test new territories. When pressure increases in one state, they move to another. When highways become dangerous, they attack homes. When cities tighten security, they strike rural communities. This is why piecemeal responses fail and why Nigeria needs a comprehensive security reset that prioritizes intelligence, local presence, rapid response, and accountability. Citizens are also asking what next, because fear is no longer abstract, it is personal. It is in bedrooms, living rooms, farms, and roads. Parents are afraid, children are afraid, communities are organizing self-help measures because they feel abandoned. And this is where the state must be careful, because when people lose faith in protection, they begin to seek survival by any means necessary. And that path leads to chaos.
Nigerian security agencies must understand that protecting lives is not just a constitutional duty, it is the foundation of legitimacy. Without it, nothing else works. Not economic reform, not taxation, not foreign investment, not unity. The Gombe attack should have triggered immediate visible action. Saturation patrols, checkpoints, intelligence sweeps, reassurance by presence, not by words. It should have triggered urgent rescue efforts for the abducted siblings and transparent communication with the public. Anything less reinforces the belief that citizens are on their own. There is also a moral question that cannot be ignored. Why is it that when terrorists are confronted with force, some voices rush to question the action, but when terrorists kill civilians, those same voices are absent from the conversation? Nigerians notice patterns, they notice silence, they notice who speaks and when. And this perception, whether intended or not, fuels anger, resentment, and distrust. It is important to say clearly that no community, no religion, no region owns terrorism, and no group should be blamed collectively for the crimes of criminals. But it is equally important that leaders, clerics, elites, and influencers use their voices responsibly, consistently, and in defense of innocent life, not selectively. The tragedy in Pindiga is a reminder that insecurity is not an abstract policy debate. It is a daily reality measured in coffins and kidnappings. It is a reminder that unborn children are dying before taking their first breath, families are being torn apart, and communities are living in permanent fear. Nigerians are tired of being told to be patient, while criminals are patient enough to plan attacks and bold enough to execute them. Patience without protection is abandonment. What Nigeria needs now is not more excuses, but decisive action, intelligence-driven operations, real consequences for sponsors and enablers, protection for informants, support for victims, and a security architecture that prioritizes prevention over reaction. Until that happens, attacks like the one in Gombe will continue to repeat themselves in different names, different states, different nights. The question facing the country is simple and painful. Will this be another story that fades from the headlines, or will it finally force a reckoning with how deeply broken Nigeria's security response has become? The lives lost in Pindiga deserve more than condolences. They deserve justice, protection, and a country that takes the value of life seriously. Stay with this channel, subscribe, like, and share, because the truth must be spoken clearly. Nigerians deserve safety, not speeches, and until leadership matches words with action, the bloodshed will not stop.